identity. Who am I? I had to figure out Unolwazi again.
Hey sister. Hey dolls, welcome back to my channel. It's me, Bernice, everybody's big sister. If you're new here, welcome. Please do us the honor and join the sisterhood #sister squad by subscribing and liking. And when you're done with this video, I'm eating my hair. When you're done with this video, go and check out the other episodes of Sister Sessions. So today I have here with me
The queen,
the one and the only. Introduce yourself, sister.
Hello guys. Hi, my name is Unolwazi Brilliance Mashiane. I am a girl.
Are you trying to say your age? Yeah.
She knows
we are girls.
You know me too well. Guys, Benny's taught me how to say this, but never mind. I'm 26, guys. I'm 26. I'm a young 26-year-old woman who is based in Middleburg, born and bred, actually.
Yeah. Unfortunately.
Very unfortunately. I'm an old acquaintance.
Yeah.
Of Benny's Sweekdeni. And I'm here to speak. I'm here to hang out with you guys. This is a beautiful platform, and I'm here to give you a little piece of me. Yeah.
Thank you so much for being here. I know that it's not easy to talk about your personal life, especially on camera, but I asked you very nicely.
You did.
I asked everybody very nicely to just come and share your story a little bit, because I'm, like I said when I introduced Sister Sessions, I just want this space to be relatable, and I want people to learn from it, and I want people to realize that they're not alone in their struggles or their journeys, and that it's not only you, there are other people going through it too. So yeah, this is Sister Sessions, and welcome. So I invited you because I wanted you to share a little bit of your story. You got married young and you got divorced pretty quickly.
Yeah.
Also very young. So I just wanted to share this conversation or this topic, not share, but discuss it. Because there's a lot of girls who might have been in your position, or I knew in the position that you were in, and are thinking, Guti, should I leave? Should I stay? What do I do? What will people say? You know, that type of thing. So I just wanted to have a chit chat about that.
Yeah.
So my first question is,
I know this is
why? Why did you get married?
There's a reason why she's asking this, because like Bernice has known me forever, like since preschool.
We've known each other for like 20 years.
Yeah, and we were close.
Yeah, like super close.
And never once have I mentioned that Nizoshata, and
like
it was never in my thoughts. It was never a goal. It was never a wish even. I didn't see myself as a wife.
Yeah,
you know. So I get why.
Why did you get married?
Here's why I got married.
Yeah.
I met a guy who was my best friend. Yeah. Finally, I met a best friend. You know, he was the kind of guy
you could do anything with.
Anything.
Yeah.
We could talk about religion and politics, and then go out and come back at 4 a.m. in the morning, sloshed.
Yeah.
We had that kind of thing. So I felt like, wow, this is a once in a lifetime kind of thing.
Yeah.
And so when he proposed, I was like, no, I wasn't like, yo.
I remember you told me the first time you did it, you were like, hey bo. Yeah, he proposed 4 months in the relationship. Whoa. Okay.
I'm like that. I get these fast guys.
You actually attract a lot of like clingy people.
Guys.
Yeah.
No, but it's a blessing. I always say.
Yeah,
I guess, because some women pray for that.
Yeah, they do.
So yeah, 4 months in, he's like, this was real, because he actually was like, I'm like,
wow. When he knows what he wants.
when
also.
I always say this, and I've been saying, a man will not wait. Agnama waiting period, guys. Agnama, when he knows, he knows.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, and I said no. I need to finish school. I need to get my life in order. At that time, my independence was still, I was still on the come up, and so I said no. And then a year later, after a breakup, a very bad breakup for like a month, he came back with the same story, and I felt like the month that we were apart was a bit too hectic for me.
Yeah, you felt that you needed
exactly.
him. Yeah.
So it was a no-brainer.
To say yes.
Yeah. That's why.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, this person had never ever given me the impression that she would get married, more especially at a young age.
Yeah.
I thought maybe eventually
40s,
like
50s.
You know, in your 50s when you just want someone to keep you company.
Yeah. When you don't want to die alone.
Yeah, that type of
vibes.
Exactly. I thought that you would be that type of girl.
Yeah.
So I was really shocked when I found out Kutaibo. This is the Mrs.
Hey, dude.
You know? Yeah. So you had this beautiful relationship where he was your best friend. I mean, I've seen you guys together. You guys used to groove together. You guys were just like...
And we were public. I was public.
Yeah. And that was actually the first time where you had a relationship where you were just like so open about it. And that's what made me feel comfortable with it, because I felt like if she's doing this, then she must really, really be happy. And you were happy for a really long time in the relationship. And I think, it's always sad when people break up, and people always like, people always have negativity, but they don't always remember at some point, like, you were happy. You had a lot of good times. And you had a lot of good things to say about this person. It just obviously didn't end well, but like at some point there was some beauty in the relationship.
Of course.
So I was just telling her before we started shooting, I don't even know how to ask the questions.
She didn't write anything
I didn't write anything down. My black
book
book always has like questions. Today it's a blank. And it's just for ambiance today. But like, I didn't know how to formulate the questions in such a way where it's not too pry. Like, I'm not trying to pry into your life. I'm just trying to get a gist of, No,
I feel like you know me well enough to know that you're prying.
Yeah,
you know me, so you know. Go ahead.
So what do you think went wrong? Yeah.
Sure, Benice. I always bayash, it's a cliche, but the signs are always there. The signs are always there. And sometimes we are, like she said, this was my first real thing.
Yeah.
I didn't know what's right and what's wrong.
Yeah.
Sometimes you feel like, but he's my boyfriend, he's supposed to say that.
Yeah.
Or he's supposed to act like that. Or, he's supposed to do that. Maybe I
provoked it.
Yes, but like, this is how it is. So it was there. Along with the good times, of course, but they were, I thought, couples fight.
Yes. And
then it just went downhill when we started, when we were married. It wasn't all bad, guys, but the bad now was like really bad.
Yes.
Because now you must understand, you see this thing
constantly. Yes.
And
it's more elevated. He's being more himself. He's in his comfort zone.
Yes.
And also he's got you. You're his. In his mind, you're his.
Hanging.
So he can do whatever he wants.
Yes.
Basically.
Yep. Because this is so bad. Most black men think ukuthi ukulobola ukuthenga umuntu.
Yeah.
Think ukuthi molobola umuntu uyamthenga. No. Lobola is a mere appreciation of the parents.
Yes.
It's like saying nali kuku, nali cupcake, ngiyabonga for raising this flower.
Yeah.
It's not umuntu mongamthenga malini Benny's umuntu.
Mar.
How much is a percent?
Priceless.
So yeah, the signs were there. So when you say when did it go wrong, I don't know where to start, because even while we were dating, there were just subtle signs of just
There's
behavior that was
danger
inappropriate.
Yeah. And obviously when you love someone, you really, really do look past a lot of things. You forgive a lot of things. You look over certain things, even though you can see it. So, what do you think some of the things that you looked over were? And why did you look over them?
I don't want to be specific, like with events.
Yeah.
But it was, we look over things like somebody who would show up where you are unannounced.
Oh, okay.
We look, I'm trying to be as general as I can. We look over things such as somebody saying a bad word or bad mouthing you or insulting you because because it was in the head of an argument.
Yeah.
We look over things like somebody saying they and they come back the next day. You know, we look over those things.
Yeah, I've definitely looked over a few of those myself. You know, but I think that's just how vulnerable we get when we're in love, you know.
Oh gosh.
And you know, we no one is perfect. You know, we also have our flaws. I'm sure there's some things that maybe your ex could probably say about you with halo. So. Yes. Some of them probably might be exaggerated, but nobody is perfect, and we all have our flaws. Yeah. But when you love someone, you really do sort of forgive more than you should.
Yeah.
So what at what point did you realize, Guti, now you need to get out of this?
Yo, please. You know that little voice in your head that is there telling you, Puma. It has always been there. When I saw the signs, I was like, hey, this could end bad. This could be worse. You know, there's always been that. So I left emotionally before I could live physically. That's very important. I advise that, of course, if the situation is not as dangerous. Yeah. Try to start programming your mind first.
Yes, to let go of the person.
Space. This is gonna go left, you and I. But yeah. So I left a long time. I left months before I actually left physically. Of course, there would be times where maybe abantu bebambona la lokishini with clothes in my car, and I would come home and be like
I'm done.
Yeah, and then obviously you'd come back, apologize if I'm wrong, because guys, okay. Yes,
that's very important.
Can I just say this? What happens is when one person is toxic in a relationship, it's very easy for the other person to you know, you start being spiteful now.
Yes.
You start you know, I'm very good with words, so I would say like really hurtful words sometimes. They're hurtful, but I just wanted him to feel what I feel when he says what he says. So sometimes Nami, I would have to apologize when he comes and sibe rights and stuff. But it took me a good 10 months to leave physically. I decided to leave, and then 10 months later I decided to leave. Mentally. And then 10 months later I finally did it. Yeah.
I just wanted to add on when you're saying, Guti, you had to apologize sometimes.
Yes.
I think that's a weakness that us women have. And we don't really admit our own toxic traits.
Yes.
Because sometimes, yes, men, most of the time, they're the naughty ones and whatnot. But not see now, maputa.
Yes.
So, you say it took you about 10 months to actually finally, like, physically leave. What did you go through after that? Because honestly, it's not just about leaving physically, it's about your emotional attachment, your spiritual connection with this person, your memories, your families. I mean, honestly, you were a wife.
Yes.
He was your husband. How was that adjustment period to back to home, back to being just Unolwazi, back to your maiden name, back to your life before that? Because obviously you had left that life, you had developed, you had put in effort into this new life with this person. Going back to or starting afresh, how was that process for you?
The worst. It's easier to say nyapumala. Hey, nyapumala ndini, and then upume, you feel, you know, relieved and going out to you have accomplished something on that day. I remember driving home, going back, had to leave his car and everything. Abuya ngiteksi. Benga sejoyina ngihamba ngiteksi. No. So coming back using a taxi, because obviously my dad had already taken my car.
Yeah.
So
you didn't need
I didn't need
you had
cars. Yes. So that taxi ride was the longest.
Yeah.
Longest taxi ride of my life. I felt so many different emotions to a point where I almost before he comes back and pretend like everything is just fine.
Yes.
But then I remembered. Then you start remembering why you did that.
You even thought of leaving in the first place.
And let me tell you something. You don't live because of some time.
Yes.
Most of the time, we don't leave people because of sabotage. So there's that element as well. But
I do still love it.
Exactly. So I get home and obviously I have the best parents in the world. Shout out to my mom.
Very supportive.
Shout out to my dad. They're young, so they get it. The first thing was a hug from my mom, a hug from my grandmother. Are you not hungry? Go to your room. We have cleared up your wardrobe. Nothing has to be different, and yeah, that's nice, but most of the one of soup.
And let's cut to Joelle Pela.
It's over. It's hairy. The first night was great, actually, funny enough, because I got to finally sleep up top.
Oh, yeah, I can get that.
Up top. Because I was being learning painkiller and alcohol. Yeah, man. So I had to, most nights, some nights were good, obviously, being normal, but so I slept peacefully. That feeling of being home as a child, and you're like, I'm safe here, I'm good here. And then you have to wake up and start facing the world.
The reality of the situation.
I was slacking at school because honestly, you can't. We were smart kids, but you can't concentrate.
You found it hard to concentrate on school, so your life as a whole was affected by that transition.
Yes. So school, getting back to the normality of being a student.
Yes. And being a daughter, because you were a wife.
That was the hardest.
Now you're home, you're a daughter.
I remember the first few days I was like, I need to help out. Wash the dishes. Until my mother started saying, oh, I like this just lala. I was like,
and you're like, Maragami, I was
it was hard. And also I'm a neat freak. So there's my nephews and we are cleaner, and then 2 minutes after that
and such things, because you're going through so much, little things like that trigger you to get upset. It's like, girl, it's just,
it's just a
relax.
stay, and that caused a strain in my mom and I relationship, because my mom understood what anxiety. I was diagnosed with generalized anxiety and depression. So I was sick. She understood that. My mom gets those things, but sometimes when I feel like I'm just so advantage. So so it built that thing,
sort of tension.
Yes, it wasn't easy. My life was back to, it wasn't even normal. Before, my life was, I'm busy with this, I'm doing that. I had my brand, my Queen brand. I had school events. I had school.
You
I had
a lot of things going on.
And now, because when you're married,
you put a whole lot of yourself on hold to make it work.
I put everything. I changed my number. You know this.
I couldn't reach this girl like Auntie Sialwa, and I remember I found out that you're getting married on Facebook because you posted it. And I was like, okay, I wasn't offended that you didn't tell me, because we weren't we didn't have access to each other, even though there was not bad blood, but we weren't in access to each other. And I was like, how? And then suddenly you were not even on Facebook anymore.
Everything became, I felt like Nyabona. I felt like,
because then you felt the need to protect
exactly. it becomes this thing that you're trying to shield.
Yes.
And like I have to, nobody has to come in here. Let me just fix it. Once it's fixed, I promise I'll come.
Normal,
yeah. Because people know us. We active, we you know, we had brands, we were doing all of these things. I felt like I owed my clients a post. I felt like they need to be updated with, is she okay? Sigupinge, know your worth.
Yes, I mean,
queen, hashtag
on your throne.
On your throne, Sigupi. But I honestly, I just couldn't pull myself together to get into that, to keep up with that.
Because you already had so much to deal with.
Exactly. And also I just needed to concentrate on this thing that was so dear to my heart. And it was, at this point, it defined me. You know, people don't understand, when you become somebody's wife, you're no longer Unolwazi.
Yes, you have a new identity. Even the Bible does say that you leave your parents and you become one with your spouse.
Yep.
So obviously it's not going to be easy to just get back to being just with you.
Yes. So I that alone, to me, like, it was hard. My identity, who am I? I had to figure out Unolwazi again. Konje ngithandani? Konje, what
do I do on a Saturday?
You know, dude, because you're so used to, okay, maybe on a Saturday off, we chill, we bribe. Now,
so what are you asking your parents? So what do you guys do around here? I remember I also once lived with a partner. And when I decided to not live with my partner anymore, I was home like,
good.
Where do you guys keep the fancy ice cream?
There was this one.
You guys keep the fancy tea.
What ice cream? You find the ice cream container in the fridge.
Yes, but we have tin roof.
No, we come from beautiful humble beginnings. But I remember this one time my father came and I was big up probably was out somewhere with KFC, like streetwise and don't, and he was like, I know you used to eating fancy food.
Man.
I was like, but it's not about that. You know, it's, but well, you
do get used to a certain pattern, a certain lifestyle and all of that. So I just want to focus more on the lessons that came out of the experience, because we can go on and on about how what happened, this happened and all of that, and eventually get to the point where we're shaming the other party, which is not the point here.
For that.